Hey, we are live. What's going on, honey?
Not too much. Tired as always, but other than that, not too much going on.
Girl, we're gonna have to hit the lottery real soon so we can both stop and just do this shit full time or something.
Girl, if I hit the lottery, I won't be nowhere on YouTube.
Oh,
I am running away to a private island and I'm gonna be like a hermit or something.
you gonna get bored.
I probably will. I like to read though. I will take like as many books as a plane can carry and run away to a little private island or something like that. I'm certain that I would. I would get bored of that. I'm one of those people that have to keep busy. So I would get bored. After probably a week, I'll be like, okay, I'm ready to go home.
Okay, how's your week going so far?
Not too shabby. I'm always wishing for the weekend, and I don't know why, because I work on the weekend too. But and I get up just as early, but it's not going too bad. I probably should have taken off like tomorrow and Friday just to take off, but it's really not too bad to be honest. How is your week going?
I too was really exhausted today. I don't know. Like I was tired, like drained.
Mm.
Now, there's nothing that's drained me, but I'm just like, oh, work.
I think I've been getting to bed later than usual, and probably like the weather. Today has been the first nice day, but it's been so dreary with all that rain and stuff.
Yeah.
So between that and getting to bed later than usual, it's just a little bit tired. But I got to start back taking my B12, give myself a little bit of an energy boost.
Yeah, I've started back on my wheatgrass shot supplement. So I take 4 ounces a day, maybe.
Hmm.
Because I'm hella anemic. So, I'm always like, just
Yeah.
tired.
Oh well, yeah. You got a reason to be lethargic.
Yeah. And so I gotta get back on a good multivitamin. But
Yeah.
other than that, it's old women problems, child.
Girl, I'm trying to tell you, Lord have mercy. We sound, that's exactly what we sound like too. Like two
um
old hens. What's really going on?
okay. So you want to dive into the topic?
Yeah, go ahead, roll it out.
Okay, so recently Lonnie Love made some statements about black men cheating because of slavery.
Yeah, I think
And
she's. Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
um well, yeah, she was talking about black men cheating and how I think she said like the
Yeah, she
majority of
tied it
black men.
into us not having examples of proper family structure dating back to slavery or something.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I ended up going on Game Changers panel. Shout out
Hmm.
to Game Changer. Hey.
Hmm.
And so when I went on Game Changers panel, when I say they basically cooked my ass up, oh my
Oh,
gosh.
why? Wait, why?
So, of course, I can understand where Lonnie Love was coming from because if I
Ah,
talk to the majority of women that I'm surrounded by, which yeah, I know a lot of women, and most women that I've talked to have been cheated on.
so
And
you were
so
siding with Lonnie
no, not siding with her, but
or
it
in
was like
agreement with?
no, it was like they asked because I want to say the question from Game Changer was why is Lonnie Love allowed to get up here and talk like this? Why didn't our women come to our defense? Why is it taking an Asian woman or a Hispanic woman to defend black men? Like, what the fuck is
Who
going
was the
on?
Asian or Hispanic? Oh, oh, the cheetah girl that said something.
Yeah.
But what other black women? I mean, well, Tamara is on there. I don't
And I
necessarily
think
associate.
Tamara may have, I don't know if Tamara co-signed it. I want to say I think
I
she
don't
did,
think
but
she
I don't
said much, but you know who co-signed it was Amanda Seals. She's the new co-host on there.
know. Girl, Amanda Seals is
Exactly. Exactly. And I would agree with her.
child.
She was like, Loni Love is saying things and, kind of like co-signing it. And I expect nothing less from her. I mean, the reel is about to become like a bunch of black male hating, they're going to have a lot of conversations regarding, black males and how much they hate them and they're going to disparage them. And I can see that, but I don't support them. So we don't have a voice as loud as Loni Love. So how are we supposed to combat her opinion?
Well, being that we have a platform now, I guess this is the place to do it on our platform.
And I don't disagree with that, but I felt like it was like talked about until, ad nauseum. So that's why I didn't bring it up as a topic because, I'm okay with doing trending topics, but, sometimes like that's all you see when you come online. So it's kind of like, but it's died down a little bit. So if, what better time to talk about it than now?
Okay. So when I went to Game Changers panel, now initially, I felt some type of way about them charging me up, for me having opposing views. Because I'm saying this is my thought process. I'm like, okay, if most women I know had been cheated on, most Black women I know that had been cheated on, these women pretty much they ain't like bottom of the barrel women. You know what I'm saying? Right. But I know women from the top that's been cheated on. I know lower level women that's been cheated on. So I'm like, most of these guys must be cheating, right? And so when I said it, I want to say I was talking to Keith Lamont, and Keith Lamont.
Oh gosh. Girl, no, you didn't.
Honey, Keith Lamont came with his goddamn
don't we always?
And my dumb ass was like, you know what? I'm gonna get up here and I'm gonna let these guys know. I got what I campaigned for. I did.
Yeah.
They say I'm a sadomasochist. I'm starting to believe that shit now. I didn't believe it at first, but
I don't know.
So when I get up there, I'm like, look, this is what Loni Love is saying. Loni Love is basically saying that if she knows a bunch of women that have been cheated on by Black men, you know a bunch of women that have been cheated on by Black men. Most of these motherfuckers cheat. They cheat. We know they cheat. They cheat. So Keith was like, well, of course he wouldn't let me get a word in edgewise. I know what you're gonna say. Get her off the panel. I know what she's gonna say. So I'm like, look, man, y'all don't understand me. You're just saying the same shit. We know what you're gonna say. We don't. So he finally broke it down though, and it made sense. So he says, okay, first of all, it's impossible for all men to cheat. If there are 4 women to every man, then it's damn near physically impossible for men to cheat like that, for all men to cheat like that, or for the majority. Then
how so? I don't understand the breakdown.
Because there are a lot of women who don't have sex. There's a lot of women who ain't doing nothing. But let me just kind of get to it because that was part of it.
Okay.
He said that it's like, okay, basically it's like the 80-20 rule. Like the majority of the women are sleeping with a small percent of the men. And I thought about that, right? And I thought about never mind. I thought about that, right? And so I was like, damn, what kind of men do I like? And I took an inventory of the type of men that I used to like, right?
Okay.
And I was like, okay, I was attracted to a certain type of man. I know other women are generally attracted to the same type of man. A lot of women are generally attracted to the same type of men. And so I thought about, I used to like guys with swag, so to speak. I like dominant male energy. And so with dominant male energy, a lot of guys with dominant male energy tend to attract a lot of women. And so I kind of noticed the type of men that I liked, and then I noticed the type of men that I know that a lot of women kind of flock to, right? And then I'm thinking, okay, like, well, if the majority of men kind of have, like, majority of men are going to be the swagged out type. It's just they're just not, and that's what it is. And I thought about that, and I was like, okay. And I thought about how many guys that weren't aesthetically pleasing, who didn't have dominant male energy, who were kind of like, oh, I'm good on that. I thought about those guys and I was like, yeah, I probably wouldn't have dealt with those. And I didn't deal with those guys. You know what I'm saying? And so it made me think about it collectively as a whole, as Black women. We do like a certain type of man. We do like dominant male energy, but dominant male energy tends to get most of the women. And so most men don't possess dominant male energy. Let me say it again. Most men don't possess dominant male energy. I know I'm probably going to piss them off, but it is what it is. And so, or they're developing it now. I can be honest. I'll say y'all are developing it, but most of y'all don't possess it. But development is good. Development is good. And so when we got done talking, Mr. Fantastic ended up coming up and he was like, how many friends do you know that slept with the same guy? Like, how within your circle, how many do you know that slept with the same man? And I really thought about that. Like, I really thought about that. And I was like, he got a point. Because it was a couple. It was a couple. And so now I'm convinced that I'm really, really convinced that it's not. Of course, I don't think it's all men, but I used to, at first I was thinking like it was at least a majority, but understanding how attraction works and how a lot of women are attracted to the same thing, it was like, okay, they don't all cheat, but we're all attracted. A lot of us are attracted to the same thing, so we tend to give a lot to the same type of men, and so those type of men cheat the most, not regular old normal everyday Joes.
Well, I'm sorry, go ahead. I'll let you wrap up and then I want to.
Well, that was pretty much it. That was pretty much it.
Well, that's interesting. Personally, there was a time when I was younger that I used to feel like all men cheat, but as an adult woman, like with lots of life experience, I don't believe that all men cheat. I think that there's a large percentage of men that cheat. I think that monogamy is unnatural. So I said, and when I say unnatural, I don't mean that it's impossible, but I think that it takes a very disciplined man to be monogamous if you have options. So the caveat here is the men that you were like, if a lot of women ain't checking for you, you don't necessarily have options. So you might not be cheating because you don't have as many options, or women aren't throwing themselves at you. But I personally feel that her comments were out of line. And when I talk about men, monogamy not being unnatural, that's not just for Black men, it's for all men. And I don't think that Black men cheat any more than white men cheat. I don't think there's a higher percentage of Black men cheating than there are white men cheating. The difference that I've seen, and this is coming from someone who has lived around white people for a large portion of her life, and I mean like almost to the exclusion of other races. But what I notice is white men, when they cheat, a white man will go on a business trip, go away from home and pay for some tail. Black men have love affairs and, engage in these long-term relationships with women that they're cheating with. So that's one primary difference, but I don't think that it's like, Black men cheat any more than white men cheat, to be honest. I mean, I felt like she was absolutely out of line and, her comments were uncalled for.
What was crazy to me, because when I really, really thought about it, I said, damn, it would take the Black woman to get up here on a national freaking platform to say this shit out loud. And I wasn't really, that was very dissatisfying, because I'm like, white women and other races of women do tend to have a bit more respect as opposed to airing out their dirty laundry.
Oh yeah, I agree.
So that kind of put a bad taste in my mouth because I'm
Yeah.
like, damn. And then it was a lot of complaints because she was a big girl, and they don't a lot of men don't find her aesthetically pleasing.
To
Well, at
me,
least
that's
within this space.
irrelevant. Like, I don't know why they focused on that. I don't care if she was a small girl. If she said it, I still would think it was foul. But I've also felt like some type of way about the fact that she was shutting down Adrienne Bailon when she was trying to say, "Oh, well, men of other cultures and it's cultural." And I mean, like, she was, adamant. No, this is a black man thing, and it's because of slavery. I mean, I do think that slavery impacted the way we view familial structure, but I don't think that black men cheat any more than anybody else.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. That's true. So yeah, honey. Yeah, Lonnie messed up real bad. So then they talked about boycotting. And I'm like, well,
I'm
yeah,
with that.
yeah. I'm not I don't really watch those types of shows
Me,
anyway,
me
because I
either.
kind
But
of feel like they try to push a lot of bullshit on us. You know what I
well, I
mean?
never watched that. I mean, I don't watch The View, but like, I'm all in full support of boycotting and supporting a boycott by spreading the word and making, reposting that,
Right,
we're gonna
right.
stand together and boycott The View because of their male hating, black male hating rhetoric.
Yeah, yeah. That's exactly what it is. That's exactly
Yeah.
what it is. And I was like, well, goddamn, that was some shit. That was
You
some shit.
know, I just think it's foul because I'm gonna tell you something. One thing that I notice when I do pay, and I pay attention to media, specifically because a lot of times, like, I don't watch a whole bunch of TV. I watch like investigation, discovery, and like, or Animal Kingdom and weird stuff like that. But when I am watching TV, like, I notice one thing that I notice is there are some extreme differences between what a woman is allowed to do and what a man is allowed to do. If a man were a co-host of a show and he said something so foul about black women,
They're
the
not
man would
allowed
have
to. His ass would have been fired that day.
bounced quickly. Exactly.
That
I mean,
day.
and it's just foul.
Nah, that's true. That's true as shit.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
You
that
know,
that would have happened. Yeah, that would have happened. He probably wouldn't have been able to finish his sentence.
I am telling you, immediately he would have got kicked out of there. You know what I mean? And I just think that that's foul. I see so many exceptions being made for women and their poor behavior and things that they say and stuff. But let a man say something. I mean, he's checked quickly about his, inappropriate commentary.
I mean, they fired but what kind of killed me too, and it's kind of the same things that I disagree with the manosphere about. Like, if you go and get another race of women, that's fine, but you can shut the door on your way out. You ain't gotta talk shit. You ain't got a nanny boo boo on your way out. But the fact that she had a white man was another thing that was kind of like, well, bitch, you ain't-
Right.
you,
She
you
was
could have.
telling black women that the grass is greener over here. That's what she
Yeah.
was basically saying.
Do you think the manosphere is pushing the same rhetoric?
Yeah, in a way, yes. I guess there are some similarities between what she is doing and what they are doing. However, what I will say about that is we launch campaigns against what they are doing. We need to do the same thing for her poor actions.
Yeah, that would make sense. That would make sense. That would
You
make
know,
sense. Yeah. Because she was on some whole ass shit for that. It was like, girl, you ain't have to get out. You ain't have to do it. You ain't have to do
I
this.
couldn't
Not
have
on
been on
national
that panel
TV.
because I would have they would have been like, oh gosh, like, who is this chick? Like, I would have went clean off. They would have had to bleep out stuff that I said, and because she was absolutely foul. You're not gonna disrespect a
Oh
black man
shit.
in front of me, like, and say a blanket statement like that, and exclude everybody else, and get offended when somebody at the mere mention that other men do the same thing too. Like, she was absolutely foul. I mean, I don't know who hurt sis, but that was uncalled for.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I'm getting ready to open up the panel
Go ahead.
and see what we got to talk about, honey. Let's see.
see who joins us. I haven't looked in the chat, but I saw that quite a few people were live. So I don't know who we gonna have down there tonight.
You know, it's always interesting, honey. Always.
Yes. Oh, yes. That is
Always interesting. So, what do you guys think down here in the chat? Hey, everybody. I ain't speak to y'all today.
Hey, good people. Good Black people.
Tired, child. Oh, Lord. We got chaos, child.
Oh.
And
He
Mr. Research.
He don't say nothing half the time.
Well, hopefully he has something to say today.
We shall see. Oh, Mr. Research.
Hey, Mr. Research. How you doing?
Life is great. Life is real great.